The Voice, Paul Rogers, September 29th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. And by Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. Corner of Edgar and Dave. Look at this beautiful day here in Seattle. Blue skies, sunshine. The Giants in town for a couple of quick games here. We played them back in the early part of the season, the first week. Let's take a look at our Lexus starters for this evening's ball game. Game one of this two-game set. It's going to be Roenis Elias. And how about Andrew Suarez?
He has really pitched well lately. You look at his last 7 games for Suarez, a 2.63 ERA. Has handled left-handers this year. Lefties hitting just 185, but righties 287. The Mariners have 3 left-handed hitters in their lineup tonight. For Suarez, his average fastball 92 miles an hour. Going to throw a cutter, changeup, and curveball to go with it, but primarily it's his fastball, and he will pitch inside.
Ryan Healy, I tell you what, the other day, 2 big home runs, 2 3-run shots. He had 8 home runs in June. He's got 3 in July. Hopefully he can stay hot for a while as the Mariners try to get going again here with the A's climbing up their backs. You want to put some space between them and the Oakland Athletics. But right now the Giants are the opponents. It's the Mariners and Giants. First pitch is straight ahead. What a beautiful night for a ball game. We've got Giant fans, we've got Mariner fans. Good to have you with us here at Root Sports. So we welcome you in to Safeco Field. The Giants and the Mariners interleague play here tonight and tomorrow. This evening, we thought James Paxton would get the start. He's got a stiff back. So Roenis Elias gets the call, the 29-year-old Cuban. And he's going to face this lineup for the San Francisco Giants.
The Giants 12th in the National League in runs scored, averaging just over 4 a game. Chase Darno will lead things off with it. Buster Posey, the All-Star and cleanup hitter tonight. 5 home runs, 32 RBIs for him on the year. Kelby Tomlinson will round out the 9 for the Giants. For Elias, again, this will be his first start on the season. 2-0 record, a 2.66 ERA, and 20 and a 30 has 12 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 229 against Elias. And a look at the defense behind him. Guillermo Heredia will get the start out in center field. He's really played well defensively. Segura and Gordon up the middle for the Mariners, and Mike Zunino will do the catching. For Elias, again, has pitched out of the bullpen, but for his career, 66 games, he has a 4.1 ERA, 17-21 record for him overall. Again, a mid-90s fastball, curveball, changeup combination for Elias.
Giants come in having played the A's the last 6 games in the Bay Bridge series. winning just 2 and talking to the Giants. They said we should have won. We could have won all 6 of them. A couple of familiar names not in the lineup. Evan Longoria on the DL. Fractured bone in his left hand. And Joe Panik, the second baseman. Groin strain. First pitch of the ball game is in there for strike to Chase d'Arnaud. Home plate umpires Carlos Torres, Scott Barry at first, Paul Nard at second, and Ramon De Jesus at third. d'Arnaud, he's the older brother of Travis d'Arnaud, who's a catcher with the Mets, who's out for the season with a torn UCL at his right elbow. Fouled off. 0-2. Gorgeous night. 83 degrees here in Seattle. Wind out of the southwest at 1. And the flags hanging straight down, not a factor. Marco Gonzalez, James Paxton do his right. 0-2 pitch. Big breaking ball. That missed. 1-2. Correa, 6'1", 205. He turns 30 on August 1st. Second stint with the Mariners. Breaking ball hit down at third. Ron Wotus, third base coach. A lot of Giant fans, a lot of orange in town. It's the owners group is here, the wives are here, and a big travel tour group is here. Ran into download a great Mike Krukow, who does color on the broadcast for the Giants yesterday, and he said there's at least 1,000 Giant fans here, at least. And they saw him. They had to speak to a group last night, and they were real excited about coming up here to Seattle for these 2 games. 2 balls, 2 strikes to d'Arnaud with Brandon Belt on deck. And there's what Jen Mueller has to report on James Paxton. Up high. Full count.
We'd like to see Elias command the strike zone tonight. That's typical in most cases, but for the Giants, they've struggled against left-handed starters. They're 19-22, but as a team, hitting just .242 overall against lefties.
3-2 pitch. Fouled off.
Fastball 94 miles an hour, right on the inside corner. EQC tracer at the knees.
Mariners and the Giants enjoyed yesterday off. The Mariners taking 2 out of 3 from the White Sox over the weekend. Drew just under 120,000 fans. It's gorgeous weather here in Seattle. 3-2 pitch. Zunino sets a target. It's popped out. Segura is there, 1 down. Gonna bring up first baseman Brandon Belt, 14 homers, 43 runs batted in.
Having a solid year for the Giants. Very good low ball hitter.
StatCast AI powered by AWS. Skied to center. Tracking is Heredia. 2 down. So quick 2 outs here in the first. There's Andrew Suarez. Getting ready to make his start here. Here's Andrew McCutchen. Great career in Pittsburgh. Now in his first year with the Giants.
And the Mariners were in San Francisco early in the season, but he was really struggling. He has turned things around since then. 10 home runs on the year.
Mariners saw these Giants AT&T Park April 3rd, beat them 6-4 and lost April 4th 10-1. Off of Zunino. Good to have Mike back. See if he can pick up his batting average. He's at 185 with 12 homers and 29 runs batted in. Pretty typical of Mike. Yeah, I get hit in the face. Let's play on. He's amazing.
Right. That's exactly right, though.
2-1. How about this? Saw this about an hour ago. Zach Britton from the Orioles for 3 prospects. That Yankee bullpen just got deeper. My goodness, they'll be here September 8 and 9. Some fouled off by McCutchen. Had a look at Bruce Bochy. Bruce Bochy, 3 world championships under his belt. His next win will tie him with Casey Stengel for the 11th most wins in the history of the game. That's Hensley Mullins, his bench coach, with Alonzo Powell, the batting coach. 2-2.
Elias has a good fastball here in the first inning. His fastball has been 94. At times he'll touch 96 miles an hour. He's trying to find his curveball and changeup.
Elias going after McCutchen, a 5-time All-Star with the Pirates and a National League MVP one year.
Walked him on a changeup.
Sure did. The Giant fans making themselves heard, and that'll bring up Buster Posey. Posey part of the 3 championships with the Giants. 2010 they beat Texas. 2012 they beat Detroit. 2014 they took out Kansas City. Buster's power numbers are down, but hitting at a good average of 283. 5 homers, 32 runs batted in.
It's surprising to see the 5 home runs and 311 at bats.
Here's a 1-0 pitch to Posey. That foul. Well, this reminds me of when Toronto's been in here recently. Their fans come in en masse and make a lot of noise. Gerald Dempsey Posey. There you have it. Lowest average the last 10 days. Talking to Hensley Mullins, he said we got a lot of guys that got to get going, and they're in a tough division, the NL West. 1-1. Here's a throw over to first. McCutchen 9 out of 13 in base stealing.
The spray chart for Buster Posey, and you can take a look at those numbers and tell that he's probably pulling the ball a little bit more than usual. Typically he'll use the entire field.
Good pitch by Elias. Ball and 2 strikes.
Another changeup. He's thrown probably 3 or 4 changeups, all of them in the middle of the plate, probably about belt high. Typically he wants to change up down out of the strike zone. Quite had a feel for it yet.
So Elias battling Buster Posey, a career .306 hitter for the Giants, led the league in hitting back in 2012. 6-time All-Star. Runner goes. Pitch. Zunino from his knees, not in time, but it was a strikeout to get Posey, and the inning is over. Nice start by Elias in this emergency start. D. Gordon will lead things off when we get back. Well, the Mariners are 19 games over 500 when D. Gordon gets at least one hit in a game this season. Let's see if he can get it up to 20 games as we take a look at the Mariner batting order that will face Andrew Suarez.
Good news for D. Gordon is when he's leading off the game, hitting .357 overall, hitting cleanup today in the DH. Nelson Cruz leads the team with 22 home runs, hitting sixth in the lineup. Ryan Healy, a couple of home runs, 6 RBIs on Sunday. Now 20 home runs on the year for Healy. Andrew Suarez, 25-year-old left-hander for the Giants. Average fastball 92 miles an hour.
First pitch to D. Gordon as he shows bunt in there for a strike.
This will be his 17th start on the year, a 3.94 ERA, 82 strikeouts in 89 innings. Only hitting .263. He's given up 10 home runs this year.
Bounces that one up there, 1-1.
Cutter curve changeup to go with the 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
D. Gordon at .290 with a homer, 22 runs batted in, 22 stolen bases. Left field for Slater. He's there, 1 out.
Defense for the Giants. Steve Duggar will be in center field. Brandon Crawford, one of the better shortstops in the National League, will get the start today, and Buster Posey, the All-Star, will do the catching.
1 out here in the Mariners first. Here comes Gene Segura, the All-Star shortstop, tied for 3rd in the American League in batting with J.D. Martinez starting today at .321. Mookie Betts at .350. Jose Altuve at .328. First time the Mariners are seeing a rookie Suarez. Gene's been sensational this year. My goodness. High fly ball. Left center field. Steve Duggar makes the catch. Communication breakdown looked like there for a second. Young Mr. Suarez, 25 years old, out of Miami, went to the University of Miami. Giants' 2nd-round pick in 2015. He'll face Mitch Haniger, who grew up a Giant fan. Barry Bonds is 54 today, one of his favorite players, and a lot of Mitch's family making a trip up from Northern California, the Bay Area. Mitch 0 for 1 Sunday, scored a couple of runs, was walked 3 times.
Showed a lot of patience on Sunday. So has 18 home runs on the year, 67 RBIs for Mitch.
Coming off a fine experience at the All-Star game. Said didn't mix too much with guys here, but just being out there, just the electricity, the whole thing, home run contest, he thought that was awesome, as we all did with Bryce Harper winning that in his home ballpark.
I was talking to him about it. He said he was super busy the whole time, but had a lot of fun.
They had family like crazy there. Brought everybody out. He's behind 1-2. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nelson Cruz is on deck. There's Big Nelly. 2-2 pitch. Pounded on the 3rd. D'Arnaud flips it across to Brandon Belt. Mariners go in order here in the 1st inning. Good to have you with us here in Root Sports. Mariners, they're at your fingertips with the Root Sports mobile app. Just download the app and log in with your participating TV provider account info. And only available to customers whose TV subscription includes Root Sports. Check now to see if your provider is participating. Hall of Fame weekend coming up. Ken Griffey Jr. going in a couple of years ago. Here is Hunter Pence DHing tonight, followed by Brandon Crawford and Austin Slater. Pence, a bundle of energy in that batter's box.
One of the more unique batting stances you're going to see. See many hitters with just the one batting glove, but it's the way he goes about his business.
That's old school, one batting glove, right?
Yeah. A lot of socks, hands above the knees.
Absolutely. He's a tall guy. He's a big guy. That's 6'3", 6'4".
And he plays this game as hard as anybody. Don't have to worry about him hustling. Good player.
So the Yankees DL'd Gary Sanchez. I'm sure you saw. They said it was a groin injury, but the two plays last night really cost him a ball game, particularly the second one where he doesn't run out a ground ball.
I did see that.
3-1 pitch. Hit off the end of the bat. Not a lot of English on that one. Here's Segura throwing him out, one down. Time for Jet Closing Easy to use standings. Here we go. AL West, the Astros. Boy, they're getting it done. Next homestand, they'll be in. They'll be in next week. A's still making a move, although Elvis Andrus just hit a home run, a grand slam against them. Open up a big lead, and there's your wild card. The Yankees just added Zach Britton. Wow. What a bullpen that ball club has now. It was already formidable, and now they added another piece. And there's the score I was telling you about. Andrus with the grand slam makes it 10-2 Rangers. There's Brendan Crawford, the shortstop. He had a ball go off his glove Sunday in extra innings, and it turned out to be the game winner for the A's against the Giants. And Bruce Bochy's still boiling up that when I brought it up to him. This kid's a great shortstop. He's made a million great plays, but had a ball chop off the plate, and when he got to it, hit off the heel of his glove, and run scored from second. And it was a back-to-back walk-off situation, the A's against the Giants in that base series. This he's a really good player. 284, 10 homers, 40 runs batted in, a member of the All-Star team.
And that was a physical error, and he knew the game was over the minute that he didn't field it cleanly, and he just kept running off the field.
And you know what was amazing? 1-2. Did he go? He did go, as they checked with Ramon De Jesus. How about this? I was talking to Hensley Mullins. He said, you'll never believe this, but they gave him a hit. There was an earned run, and they lose the game.
Yeah. I thought that was hard to believe, too. And I think Brandon would tell you the same. All right.
Wow. 2 outs. Here's Austin Slater, the left fielder. Straight up in the infield, outfield already a couple steps towards right. This looks like he's got good stuff tonight.
He has good fastballs. Fastball tonight has been 94. Again, at times he can touch 96. It looked as if he was trying to get a feel for his curveball and changeup. Was able to get out of the inning. The first inning, Buster Posey hitting the cleanup hitter with a curveball that he ended up taking for a strike. So the curveball is there now. It's just a matter of finding the changeup, which has been a pretty good pitch for him this year.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Here we go. Going to check down at first. No, says Scott Barry. Slater 326. He's got 3 doubles. Elias with the 1-2. Fist again fouled off. 1-2. Giants in 4th place, just a game over 500, 51 and 50, 5.5 back of the first place Dodgers entering today. Dodgers, Arizona, Colorado, Mariners certainly have seen plenty of Colorado. We don't have to see them again. See the Dodgers coming in. We have to go to Arizona in late August. San Diego, home and home coming up. Mariners with the NL West this year. It'll be the NL Central next year. Interleague play. Interleague records for these two teams. The Giants are 5-8. The Mariners 2-6. Two pitch. Count runs full.
Talked about Elias hopefully 3-4 innings today. The bullpen in relief. His pitch count high is 55 and 61. 34.
Here's a 3-2. Is it going to hang up enough? Yep. Guillermo runs it down. Nicely done. 1-2-3 go the Giants in the second. When we come back, the big man Nelly Cruz is going to lead it off for the Mariners. History taken back to '83. George Brett's ninth inning home run is disallowed for having too much pine tar on the bat. Boy, do I remember that. Oh my goodness. MLB Network played tape of that. George Brett comes screaming out of the dugout. Looked like he was gonna murder Billy Martin and or Tim McClellan. Plate umpire. 0-2 to Cruz, hitting at .264, 22 home runs and 57 runs batted in. Got him on 3 pitches.
What was interesting about that thing with George Brett is I heard him in an interview talk about it, and they were having the discussion to decide what they were going to do. He was saying in the dugout that if they call him out, he was going to lose it, and he did.
Well, I tell you what. I've seen some dudes mad before, and it made it easy to lip read that day. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
He comes storming out of that third base dugout. Wow.
The impressive thing is Tim is probably 6'6", 6'7", going about 265. The home plate umpire.
One of his compadres intercepted Brett. Thank goodness. Here is Kyle Seager, 1 for 3 on Sunday. Here's how they defend him, pretty much like everybody does. Second baseman out in short right field.
Yeah, straight up in the outfield, you'll see the center fielder typically shade towards left center. Playing him to pull on the infield. Straight up in the outfield.
Now they're switching and bring the third baseman over to the right side and bring Crawford back to shortstop position on an 0-2 pitch. Kyle with 16 homers, 24 doubles this season. Sure hope he can have a big second half for the Mariners, making a playoff push. This is game number 101 for the Mariners, number 102 for the Giants. Little dribbler. And taking it himself is Suarez. 2 down. Let's check in with Angie Mentek here on Twitter Tuesday.
Yeah, guys, everybody's got 5 chances to win prizes just by interacting with us on Twitter. It's time for our second question of the night. So use hashtag RootQ2 and tell us who you think is going to have the fastest recorded exit velocity. This is for a chance to win an autographed Ryan Healy baseball. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at RootSports_NW to answer. And speaking of Ryan Healy, he would not be a bad guy to guess. The way he was hitting on Sunday, guys, he probably did not want the off day yesterday.
Well, how about your off day, Ange? What did you do?
I was hiking for the first time ever. I've lived here in the Northwest for 20-something years, but for the first time ever, I hiked Mount Rainier. I'm on the mountain with my son, doing a little 6-mile hike. Who do I run into but Shannon Drayer? I am not kidding you. What are the odds? It's like the biggest mountain in the world. And I run into Shannon.
There's a base hit to right. Thank you, Ange. Last night, I'm going through it, and I saw that, and I said, I want a full report tomorrow. Nicely done. Shannon said the same thing. She said, wait a minute, that's Angie's son coming at me. And there's Angie.
Yeah, Shannon told me the story. I saw her earlier today at the ballpark. What are the chances? Small world.
Oh, my God. Well, guess what? They ain't going to be running into you, nor me. Been there. I've already checked that box, although I didn't go up as high as they did. Here's Denard Span. The 2-out base runner, base hit for Mr. Healy. He went 3 for 4 with 6 RBIs on Sunday.
It's really good to see him swinging the bat well.
This is Span's 42nd game with the Mariners. Put up some nice numbers. 296, 4 homers, 16 runs batted in, 7 doubles, couple of triples. Playing against his former team. Could be a race here, and Suarez wins it. Nice play by Brendan Belt and Andrew Suarez. No score here at Safeco Field. Back barking on him. And so far through 2 innings, couple strikeouts and a walk, no runs, no hits given up by Roenis Elias. Good performance, an emergency start. He's going to face 8, 9, and 1 in the order for the Giants. Steve Duggar, Kelby Tomlinson, and Chase Darno. Bunt, Elias right on it. 1 out. Well done there by Mr. Elias. And look who stopped by to say hello. Mariners Hall of Famer Dan Wilson. Dano, what's going on, pal?
David, how are you?
Doing well.
Danny,
hello. Good to see you, as always.
Yep. What are your thoughts on the Mariners these last, 10, 11 games probably since we saw you last?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, starting the second half, a great series with the White Sox. Obviously getting a rest when they needed it with the All-Star break, and then kind of a nice way to sort of ease back into the second half with a couple of off days, and you know, obviously trying to get guys healthy. Pax not being able to go out there today, but Elias kind of stepping in, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be an exciting second half, and they've really positioned themselves perfectly, and should be an exciting time for baseball here in Seattle going into the stretch.
And we heard from Scott before the game talking about Pax and basically saying that when they bring him back, they want him completely healthy for the rest of the way, and that's the reason why he ended up missing his turn today, and that really is and should be the goal. Absolutely.
You want your horse to be healthy and strong, and they're going to need him down the stretch, no question.
Gap shot by Kilby Tomlinson. And he's going for 3. Here's the throw to third. It is not in time. A 1-out triple by Kilby Tomlinson, his second triple of the season, and the Giants threaten here in the third. Gave it a good ride.
You can tell it was right in the middle of the plate, probably knee high, but he barrels it up. Heredia playing towards right center, not able to run it down. Good speed from Tomlinson. It looked like it was a pretty good relay all the way around. Segura getting rid of it, something on it. Perfect one hopper for Kyle, but Romero Supermo, it looks as if he is going to be safe. And he is.
Good rotation by the umpire, Carlos Torres. Get the bag at third. So 1-out runner at third, back to the top of the order. Chase Darno popped out to Segura first time. Little nubber. Who's going to get it? Everybody safe. 1-0 Giants. RBI for Darno, his third, just his 9th game.
Well, good fastball in on his hands, jams him. He started to go back as if he was going to make the play. Segura breaks on it right away, but cannot get there in time. Just a soft little pop-up over the mound. Tough break for Elias, who made a pretty good pitch on the fastball. Nothing Segura could do about it.
So 1-0 Giants. There's Brandon Belt. Segura joining Gordon on the right side of the infield.
Elias has been able to use that inside part of the plate pretty well up to this point, and another good pitch there. It's been really setting up his off-speed stuff down and away, and that was a good pitch. It's tough to get beat on a good pitch like that.
I think the thing for me, Dan, having seen him when he was with the Mariners earlier and then having him back now pitching out of the pen where he's pitched really well, you get somebody like this that can give you a spot start, probably throw 60, 65 pitches for you. But I've been impressed with him continuing to work and develop his changeup. That's been a pretty good pitch for him. We know about the curveball, and his velocity has been excellent, 94 to 96 miles an hour. But that changeup could be a key for him, especially when he gets a spot start.
Absolutely, and especially when he uses his fastball like he does, especially on that inside part of the plate. Really sets up that changeup so well later in the at-bat. Gets some good contact.
Runner goes, got a heck of a break, and a curveball fouled off by Belt.
That's something else that you will see from Elias is changing angles, especially his arm angle to left-handed hitters. Dropped down with a slow breaking ball that time.
That's what he got Crawford with earlier as well. Little drop down breaking ball.
And he will mix in his fastball from that angle also. Won't always be the breaking ball.
He likes that change of arm angle against lefties. 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Third K for Elias. 2 down here in the third. Meet Mitch Haniger. Donate to Fred Hutch for your chance to meet the Mariners star right fielder. Visit fredhutch.org/give. 3 strikeouts. There's Mitch. Also doing some TV commercials lately. Doing a nice job. There's McCutcheon walked. first time up. It's this one hard. Guillermo will not be able to get it. Playing on the hop. Holding at second is Darno.
See where Mike sets up. It's going to be a fastball, belt high out over the plate. It looks as if Mike is set up on the outside corner, but it's just elevated for him. Solid line drive for McCutchen. Looked like it was a little bit of a knuckleball that he hit out towards center field.
Brings up Posey. Struck out first time. Pitch count at 45 now for Elias. No action at the moment from the Mariner pen. Two on, two out threat here. Giants up a run, foul back, 1-1.
He's been tough in these situations. Two outs, runners in scoring position, 323 batting average for Posey.
Straight up infield and outfield for him. 1-1 pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. Tomorrow 1:10 first pitch. Games on Facebook. Giants have not announced their starter, but Mike Leake will go for the Mariners. Elias ready. 1-2 pitch here. 2 out, 2 on. Breaking ball struck him out. Nicely done by Elias to limit the damage to 1 run and stranding 2. When we come back, Mike Zunino, Guillermo Heredia, and D. Gordon for the Mariners in the home third. Insurance. Find a local agent at Safeco.com. Do more. And by CHI Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partner in health. Get your guide to living Northwest healthy at nwhealthy.org/Mariners. Take you up to the North Cascades. If you're looking to beat the heat in the Northwest, you take on one of the many mountain roads. The road to Slate Peak tops out at nearly 7,500 feet above sea level and is not for those of you with fears of steep cliffs, but the payoff's worthy. Fresh mountain air, unobstructed views in every direction. There's Mike Zunino to lead it off. 185, 12 home runs, and 29 runs batted in. Mike, and Dan, what's your eval on Mr. Zunino's swinging the bat since he's been back? I know it's only been a couple of games. But
Yeah, I think for Mike, I'll be curious to see what happens over the next 3-4 games for him with the time that he had off on the disabled list. He just missed a pitch right there, like a fastball, and I think that, Dan, that's something that I've been seeing. It's something that Edgar has talked about, and even Scott Service for that matter, with Mike being aggressive early in counts and making sure if you get a fastball that's on the plate, move it forward. And I think when he's had his struggles, it's more the foul balls coming back towards us here in the booth or swinging and missing.
Absolutely, and I think with the amount of time that he had off, he missed a couple of weeks with the ankle injury. It's going to take a couple of days, like you mentioned, to kind of get that timing back, and then when he does, I think he's going to, I think he's going to ignite. I mean, we've seen what he can do. It just seems like when the ball touches the barrel, it goes a long, long way. And
that's
once
never an issue for him.
And when he finds that timing, I think he's going to be in great shape.
It's interesting that you mentioned timing as Heredia steps in, because I thought that it was really poor time. Wow.
He gave this a really good ride, traveling, going back, and that baby's gone. Home run, Guillermo Heredia, his third of the year, and it ties the ball game at 1-1. He gave it a ride into the pen. Nice job there by Heredia.
Well, he misses with the first pitch, comes back with a fastball, pretty much center cut above the belt, barrels it up. Heredia with some pop, but didn't expect him to go out to center field. Good way to start the game for Guillermo, tie the game up with a home run.
He gave that a really, really good ride.
Primero Supermo, and you can see right on the barrel.
He puts it in play. Here's Crawford. Throws across. Nice dig by Belt.
To finish up my point on Mike, I think that the timing of it, Danny, was difficult for him also when he ended up getting hurt, because he ends up not playing in a game, pinch hits, works a walk, then he goes out and he gets a base hit, and then he has a walk, and you're like, okay, now this thing is starting to turn around, and unfortunately that's when he ended up hurting his ankle and missing time again. So all that work and progress that he had made, he put it on the shelf for a while, so he's basically starting over.
Here's Gene Segura, flying out to center. Bunt, White Wad goes foul. And they had a shot. So Segura with a 1-1 count. Tied ball game. Two and one from Andrew Suarez. His Bochy said, quiet kid. He will work inside a lot. Not afraid. This little bleeder down the line, that's going to work. Segura gives it a big turn as Slater gets it back in. A two-out base runner here, sets it up for Mitch Haniger. The go-ahead runs aboard for the Mariners.
And this is a pretty good example of what we talked about with Gene all year. He's such a good bat ball hitter. And what I mean by that is being able to handle pitches outside the strike zone. This is a cutter, it looks like, in off the plate. Most hitters, if they swing at that, are going to pull it foul, but he finds a way to keep it fair and pick up a base hit on a pitch that's probably a good 4 or 5 inches in off the plate.
And we talk a lot about staying inside the ball, Mike, and that's exactly what he does so well. And you saw an example of that right there. Doesn't come around it, but stays inside of it and keeps it in play.
Ball one to Haniger, grounded out to third.
Just have to believe that going through your meetings, he's so difficult to pitch to and try to figure out a game plan with him because of his ability to do that.
And he's aggressive. So guys that are aggressive and can stay inside the ball, they're tough to pitch to.
When you get a guy like that, you really reinforce that in the meeting, right, before the series. I mean, you hammer that one home.
Absolutely. I mean, those are the things you talk about, and you try to come up with a game plan of who you're going to have on the mound tonight, and how you're going to attack that aggression, how you're going to attack that ability of his to stay inside the ball.
Fly ball right field for McCutcheon. One-time All-Star center fielder. But how about Guillermo Heredia, first home run in 105 days, dating back to April 10th at Kansas City. 404 feet on the carry. Nicely. Dan Wilson, Mike Flowers. As Hunter Pence takes a strike. It'll be Pence, Crawford, and Slater, 5, 6, and 7 for the Giants. They got their run on a Chase Darno infield hit in the third inning. And after a one-out triple by Kelby Tomlinson, the second baseman. Roena Solis, who are just joining us, getting the start here tonight. Stiff lower back, came back on James Paxton. He'll be able to make his next start. Friendly hop to Seager. Easy play, throws out. Hunter Pence out number 1 here in the 4th. And when the Mariners host the Astros for a midweek matinee on Wednesday, August 1st at 1:10. First 20,000 fans are going to receive a pack of Topps baseball cards featuring all their favorite players, including James Paxton, Nelson Cruz, and D. Gordon. Head to Mariners.com for your tickets. Mariners, Giants tonight and tomorrow afternoon. Off day Thursday. Use that for travel. Play the Angels for 3 games over the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here's Crawford, base hit, center field. Then the Astros come in for 3 and the Blue Jays for 4. So Crawford, after striking out first time up, doesn't waste any time here.
Swings at a breaking ball. It looked as if he hit it right off the end of the bat. Soft line drive back up the middle.
Bring up Austin Slater. Not to be confused with AC Slater of Saved by the Bell. Kids watch that show all the time.
One of the classics.
Good heater. Strike 1. Slater coming off a big game Sunday at Oakland, 3 for 4, double and an RBI. Goes the other way. Slicing foul. So Elias has him 0-2.
Another changeup, Dan, and Although it was just off the outside corner, again, it was up in the zone. It seems he's having a tough time to get the changeup down. You seen anything that he's doing, or is there something that he can fix?
I think a lot of times when you see that changeup, when it gets away from a pitcher and it runs off the plate away to a right hand here, a lot of times just not finishing that pitch, and want to be able to get out there, reach out there. Obviously, we're getting higher into his pitch count. Fatigue plays a factor in that, being able to finish that pitch out front. But with a changeup especially, it's super important to be able to get that pitch out there and reach out. As you take a look at Mel Stottlemyre, watching closely, but that's been a big pitch for him too, as we talked about, and being able to have a good feel for that pitch has helped him today, and with that fastball, it's a deadly combination.
Crawford back safely.
That's one of those things too, I think, for him, especially when he found out this morning at some point that he was going to get the start today. I think that with his fastball in the mid-90s and that good curveball, first time through the lineup, that's probably good enough for him. But when you try to get through a lineup second, third time, he's really going to need the changeup. There's a breaking ball. Just missed the inside corner.
Ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and I would say that's the biggest difference between starting and relieving is, you know, relievers can kind of, they're probably only going to face a guy one time. They can kind of go after that hitter with their best stuff right away. With a starter, he's going to see him a couple of different times. You have to get creative. You try to hold something back if you can the first at bat, so you can use it the second at bat. And you're right, having that third pitch makes that a little bit easier.
2-2 to Austin Slater. Runner at first is Brandon Crawford. 1 out. Mariners looking for a DP ground ball. Wow, knocked the mask off of Zunino. He's taken 2 big shots already in this ball game.
Well, this is part of the job back there. Foul tip straight back. Got him pretty much square in the mask. See the give of the mask.
Did you use the heavier mask or these lightweight ones that these guys are using now?
Ours were a little heavier than the ones that they use now. They've improved the material that they use. Ours used to, it was lighter than the old school that were the heavy steel. Yeah. But you know, ours used to get bent all the time. We'd have to get a new mask because a foul tip could come down and bend those things. They don't bend anymore.
I couldn't believe it a couple of years ago. I remember going down to the Angels dugout and going over to see Mike and those guys. It's so light. Serves it into center field. Crawford will hold at second. Base hit Slater. And the Giants brewing something again. 1 out, 2 on. Time now for CenturyLink What's Next. Giants have not made a call yet, but we do know that Mike Leake, a one-time Giant, will make his 21st start. He's had some good moments for the Mariners in that 8-6 record.
I think that was a good example, Dan, of what we were talking about with his changeup. I know he gave up the base hit. It looked like it was a broken bat right off the end, but that changeup was down at the bottom of the strike zone, maybe even a little bit below it, which is where he's been trying to get the changeup.
Yeah, sometimes you tip the hat to the hitter, but it was down. You saw the hitter had to kind of reach for it down there, and that's where you want that pitch more often. Talking about foul tips, Dave. This is such a great 2 teams to watch. The guys behind the plate, Mike Zunino, Buster Posey. Both these guys are heavyweights defensively back there, and Buster obviously been doing it for a number of years with several World Series rings, and Mike Zunino does such a great job back behind the plate too. So watching these 2 guys work tonight for a former catcher is pretty fun.
You're certainly amongst your own with Scott Service being a former catcher and Bruce Bochy being a former catcher.
That's right.
Brings up an interesting point, Dan. When you're at home and we go out on this next road trip and you're going to watch some of the game, do you ever catch yourself calling the game?
I get pretty locked in it. That's for sure.
Do you really? Do you have to sit? Do you have to sit in your man cave by your lonesome?
Yeah, I mean, I do get locked in from time to time, and I think it's just that you begin to start thinking along those same lines and what you would be doing at that point, and it is the position that demands the thinking. So it definitely is something that I fall into.
Jason Bradford heating up quickly. Here's a pop-up. It's going to get out of play.
I would think that you would have to. You just can't help it.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
You come back from the fridge, you get a beer, and you get down in the crowds and put a 1 or a 2 man.
No, I've not done that. No, I've not done that.
And what's the residual effect? Now, he's been hit twice tonight, really hard. I mean, when you go to, get ready to go to bed tonight, are you feeling that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously those do take a blow to your head. I mean, it's the impact is strong. It does rattle your cage a little bit. You don't feel it so much in the moment, but
catches up.
Yeah.
3-2 to Steve Duggar, who tried to bunt his way on. Elias threw him out. This inning started with a ground out, then 2 base hits to center field. Looking for a double play ball still. 3-2 pitch. Foul back.
Mentioned his season high 61 pitches, now at 65. 17 pitches in this inning. Still pretty good fastball. That last fastball at 95 miles an hour.
Facing Duggar, who's playing in his 10th game, 9th start since coming up with the ball club. 3-2 off the end of the bat. Elias ready. Crawford at second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Dropped down on him. Got the strikeout. His 5th. There's 2 down here in the 4th inning.
Back-to-back breaking balls. That one a little better located on the outside corner. Primera Supermo. Pretty good pitch. Stottlemyre out to the mound.
Like we were talking in the break, sometimes his breaking ball has different shape to it. Sometimes it's more of a 12-6. That one more of a slider break, not as much depth, but more sideways break to it. And I think that makes it obviously drop down, and that's what causes that a little bit. But obviously tough for these hitters to get a good idea what that breaking ball is going to really do.
The thing that he does also that is a bit remarkable, Dan, is with that he can also change speeds.
Yeah.
He'll throw that thing at 72, 77. I mean, it's just that also makes it difficult for a hitter.
Yeah.
Big out right here. Tomlinson swinging a miss. Kelby with a 1-1 pitch in the 3rd with 1 out. Tripled the deep left center field. Came around to score in the infield. Single by Darno. A run on 5 hits for the Giants. A run on 3 hits for the Mariners. Great buzz in the crowd here tonight. The lower bowl filled, center field bleachers pretty much filled. Whole bunch of Giant fans in town joining Mariner fans here watching this one. 2-1. If you think this crowd's big, wait till the Blue Jays come in next Thursday through Saturday. Elias with pitch number 71 coming up. Three and 1. Dangerous situation here. 3-1. Couple of men aboard. Chase Darno, the leadoff man, he's next. Tomlinson 9 days ago just recalled from AAA Sacramento. 3-1. On the right field line, getting fouled. Good souvenir for those fellas. And again, the Giants without Longoria and Panic both on the DL, along with Jeff Samardzija, starter, one of their starters, and Hunter Strickland, their closer.
72 pitches. I have to believe this is going to be his last hitter.
Trying to keep it a 1-1 game. 3-2 pitch, 2 outs. Runners will be on the move. There they go. The pitch. Fouled off.
He's just challenged him with a couple of fastballs. His fastball now at 94 miles an hour. On the inner half of the plate. Late swing.
Kind of goes back to what you were talking about before, being creative. He's used his changeup in some of these situations. Now going to that fastball. Seems like it's surprising Tomlinson a little bit.
There we go again at 3-2. Runners on the move. Pitch. Fouled back again. Two pitch. There they go. Line drive up the middle. Crawford's going to score. Slater, well, he held it third, and the Giants have a 2-1 lead. Tomlinson having a night. 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. It's his 10th run knocked in.
Those 3 fastballs in a row, some late swings, but he finally able to barrel it up. Solid line drive base hit back up the middle. And with the runners on the move, Crawford will score easily.
So that'll do it for Elias. He's into the 4th. He'll leave with a 2-1 deficit. Jason Bradford will take over. Elias getting the start with James Paxton on the shelf for this start because of a stiff lower back. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. In the foreground, the Cleon River meandering below Salmon-Lesac, and in the background, Davis Peak. And if you want to work out, that ends with a 360-degree view of the Cascades. Tackle the Davis Peak Trail. Here's a look at what tonight's starter for the Mariners, Roenis Elias, did against the Giants.
3 2/3, 6 hits, couple of runs. He is responsible for the base runners that are out there. Jason Bradford will take over. 32 appearances, 5-0 record, a 2.65 ERA. Opponents hitting just 225 against Jason.
Texas Rangers had a 10-2 lead. It's now 10-7 Rangers. Top of the 8th in down to Texas. Oakland has the bases loaded. Mariners have their own problems right here. First pitch strike to Darno. It was 1 for 2.
Or Jason, a fastball will be in the low 90s with a slider.
Manfred, 28 years old, out of Las Vegas, Nevada. 35th round pick of the Mets back in 2011. 2-0 in 28 games with the Mets last year. Out of the pen. Come back. Oh, he couldn't get it. Here's D. Gordon. He'll just tag second, and that'll end the inning. The Giants retake the lead on a Tomlinson RBI single. It's 2-1 San Francisco. Break and enjoy matinee baseball at Safeco Field tomorrow when the Mariners wrap up this series with the Giants. Special 1:10 start time. Set your out of office, but not before. Heading to Mariners.com for tickets. Nelson Cruz leads off. Breaking ball misses. Cruz struck out on 3 pitches first time up. Cruz, Seager, and Healy middle of the order for the Mariners. Tuno. Nelly coming off a 1-for-4 performance in Sunday's game against the White Sox. Way inside, 3-0. Nelly looking to heat up, just 2 for 11 on the homestand entering tonight's game. Takes strike, 3-1. Three-one pitch. Oh, he wanted to hit that a long way. Full count.
He went with a cutter that time in on his hands. Primarily uses 4-seam fastball, but he'll mix the cutter in about 25% of the time. That was well located on the corner.
3-2 pitch. Hit hard. Look out. Two to Cruz. There's base hit. 4th of the night for the Mariners. And a good start to the 4th inning. Tying runs aboard. 3rd hit for Cruz here on the homestand.
And he's going to get another fastball. This one at the top of the strike zone, but in the middle of the plate.
Drew Suarez, a 3-6 record, a 3.94 ERA entering tonight's game. There's Kyle Seager. Takes a strike. Kyle hit a little slow comebacker. Suarez, and Suarez took it to the bag himself. back in the second inning. One to Kyle.
I'm not sure that it's always going to be the same, Dan, but as a catcher, talked about it tonight, four-seam fastball, the cut fastball, two-seam fastball. When you're giving signs, is it just fastball and then adjust to whatever it is they're going to throw, the type of fastball, or are there different signs for each one of the three fastballs? Or does it depend on the pitcher?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the pitcher and the movement he gets. Sometimes a two-seamer isn't all that much different than a four-seamer, but primarily you would use a different sign. A lot of times just a one straight down is the four-seam fastball. Sometimes you'll see a catcher sort of go in a circle with his one. That would be more of a sinking fastball.
Seager sends one center field, base hit. So here come the Mariners right back at the Giants. First 2 men have reached here in the fourth.
And this is something that we were hoping for and thought would probably be the case, and that is Kyle swinging much better going into the break and then right there in the second half. This is not an easy pitch to handle. It's a cut fastball, probably just off the outside corner, but able to pick up a base hit. Keep this inning moving along for the Mariners.
Take a look at our Coors Banquet timeless moment. Ryan Healy, multi-RBI games this season. He's got a 6 ribby game. That was Sunday. A 5, a 4, and 3 threes. A chance for another 3 right here. Those 2 home runs he hit Sunday were loud. I mean, they got pured up on that barrel. Got 3 home runs in July, 8 in June, 5 in May, and 2 in April. Total of 20, hit 25 last year for the Athletics. He's in a good situation here, 2-0. Healy with a base hit to right, a 2-out single in the second inning. Cruz and Seager, the base runners. There's a strike, 2-1. Healy's 25 home runs came in 149 games last year. 2-1. Could not pull the trigger. 2-2. Suarez from Miami and played at the University of Miami. Rookie campaign here for the Giants. 10-game winner last year in AA and AAA. Pitch outside. Full count. Denard Span waits his turn. Outfield deep for Healy. 3-2 pitch. And he takes for ball 4. The bases are loaded. First walk issued by Suarez. Nice setup for Denard Span. Good a time as any for his first career grand slam.
Very young, on his way out to the mound, the pitching coach for the Giants.
Like earlier in the game, Mike, Suarez doing a great job of pounding that strike zone, getting ahead, getting a lot of early swings from the Mariners. Last inning or so, seems like he's gotten behind a little bit more. I don't know if it's fatigue. We're getting later into the ball game, but obviously getting behind now. Now a walk here, kind of becoming his own worst enemy at this point.
Yeah, and I think you have to give the Mariners some credit too, because I think it is that part of the lineup when you talk about the hitters, the patient hitters, Nelson Cruz, Kyle Seager, now Ryan Healy. They're making him put the ball on the plate as opposed to chasing just off away. Now they're making him get it in the middle, more in the middle of the plate.
Mariners have 1 grand slam on the season. Kyle Seager, May 10 at Toronto. First pitch to Span. Slapped it left field. Slater's going to make the catch. Here comes Nelly. He's going to score. We got a tie ball game. 2-2 ball game on a sac fly by Denard Span. That's his 45th run batted in. Span had a first inning sacrifice fly in Sunday's 8-2 victory over the White Sox.
And again, a veteran hitter being aggressive early, get the job done right away. Hit a deep fly ball so Nelson can tag up. No play at the plate.
See if Zunino how he can join the party right here with men at first and second, one out. Strike one. Mike flied out to left after getting ahead in the count 2-0 in his first at bat. Here's 0-1 to Mike. Hit hard, left field, base hit. Seager to third, getting a wave on. Here's the throw to the plate. He is out. Plate umpire Carlos Torres with a definitive call. Posey, all he did do is wait for him, no question about it. So 2 outs. Again, runners at first and second. Healy moves up 90 feet. Zunino with a base hit. Here's Heredia. Homered straightaway, just to the left of straightaway center field. 1-0 pitch in the third with 1 out.
I have not seen Austin Slater, the left fielder, play. I think it's apparent now he has a pretty good arm. That was a strong throw, fairly accurate throw when you consider the distance of what he let it go from down.
Yeah, very nice throw. Good long hop for the catcher Posey to make an easy tag. And I'll tell you, as a pitcher and as a catcher, it's just such a lift defensively when you can nail a guy at the plate and keep this game tied like it is.
1-1 pitch to Guillermo, takes inside. Time now for T-Mobile, built for baseball. How about Guillermo Heredia, first home run since April 10th at Kansas City. It's his third of the season.
Barrels it up out to center field, his third home run on the year, and as well as he has played defensively, it'd be great to get him going offensively again. First couple of months he swung the bat just fine, but has struggled since then.
Swings over the breaking ball, 2-2. Guillermo, the 6th man to the plate here in the 4th inning for the Mariners. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Giants. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Up the end of the bat, fielded down there by Darno. Throws across the belt. That'll do it. Mariners tie it. Sac fly by Denard Span. Got a new ball game at 2-2. play. Starting Monday, the Mariners will host their division rival, the Houston Astros, for a 3-game set. Get your tickets to see Jose Altuve and the Astros and square off with Mitch Haniger and the Mariners by heading to mariners.com. Defending world champion Houston Astros with that loaded starting rotation. Texas 10-9 over Oakland. That's down in Arlington in the 8th inning. Houston 2-0 at Colorado, bottom 7. There's Brandon Belt leading off. That one fouled straight back. It'll be Belt, McCutchen, and Posey, 2-3-4. Coming up against Jason Bradford, who took over for Roenis Elias. Belt tonight. Flied out to center and struck out on an 0-2 pitch. Defend against him with the shift. Oh, 2.
Dan, I thought Elias really threw the ball well when you consider emergency start for him. Limited on what his pitch count was going to be. He ended up throwing 75 pitches overall. But I think in that situation, you're hoping that he can work ahead of batters and put them away. And 18 batters that he faced, 13 first pitch strikes. And I thought he had a very good fastball tonight, good command of it. Curveball was there for him. Changeup was spotty at times. But I think for Scott to go 3 2/3, give up a couple earned run, he had to be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Scott was hoping for 3 innings, got 3 2/3. And, you know, we're still at a tie ball game, a chance for the rest of the bullpen to take over now. And I think, you know, with Roenis, they've had an off day yesterday. They had the All-Star break. They've got a pretty rested bullpen at that point. So obviously they're going to be able to use some guys. They got Leak going tomorrow, who tends to go deep into the game.
And a day off Thursday to travel.
Right, exactly. So it's a good opportunity to get these guys some work as well.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Down goes Belt. First strikeout for Bradford, 1 away here in the 5th. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Great to have you with us, Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, and Mariner Hall of Famer Dan the Man Wilson here. 1 out, 5th inning. Andrew McCutchen walking a single for him. Back. McCutchen's old team, the Pirates, playing some great ball, looking for their 11th consecutive win, making noise in the Central Division of the National League. Matter of fact, they picked up that win 9-4 at Cleveland. Good numbers there for the Mariners here at Safeco Field against the Giants over their last dozen games. Rolls over on an outside pitch. Segura throws out McCutchen, 2 down. A little Giant fan, and the dad he's got the Mariner cap. So he must have part of the family. It's got to be from the Bay Area, right? See the game yesterday in Philly. A guy's holding his baby, that about the same age, and his left hand reaches up across the baby and catches a home run ball in the bleachers in left field. I say this all the time, but what did Mama say when you got home, son? That is a scary sight. Posey, a couple strikeouts tonight. Easy play for Mitch Haniger, the Bay Area kid. 1, 2, 3 go the Giants in the 5th. 2-2 ball game here at Safeco Field. Speed. Good look at the Compass Rose here. Safeco Field. Good crowd on hand, and look for more tomorrow. 1:10 start time. Game will be on Facebook, and then we will be back on the air for the weekend series Friday in Anaheim. 3 games with the Angels. And then we come back. How about Monday? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the Houston Astros, and then Thursday through Saturday, the Toronto Blue Jays in town, and then the Mariners go on the first 2 long August roadies. 3 at Texas, 4 at Houston. And then we see those Oakland Athletics. Ground ball, easy play, Belt 1 down. Take a look at this, folks. The A's, they were down 10-2. Stephen Piscotty just tied it up with a home run. That was as recently as the 7th inning. Here they are playing in the 9th. My goodness.
Nobody's been hotter.
Here's Gene Segura. Got a base hit to left field back in the 3rd. After flying out the center his first time up. A's have been playing some extraordinary baseball. 1-1 pitch. Boys, your thoughts on young Andrew Suarez, the rookie out of the University of Miami?
I like the way that he goes about his business. Dan was talking about it earlier. His fastball at 92, but the cutter also. But he is not afraid to pitch inside. There's another pitch. Look, maybe the cutter again inside, Dan, and give him a little bit of time. It's only, I think, a 16th or 17th start at the major league level. I like what I'm seeing from him.
Yeah, I like his pace. I like his poise. I think he's, he loaded the bases last inning, nobody out, and limited the damage really to 1 run. Obviously, some good defense behind him, which the Giants have been a team where lately they've played great defense behind their pitching staff and a couple of nice plays on defense. But he's just kind of been the same guy and didn't get out of his game too much. Got behind a few hitters, but seemed to make some tough pitches when he had to, and I've been pretty impressed.
32 pitch fouled off.
Yeah, well, 67 pitches, 43 strikes for him. 20 batters, 12 first pitch strikes.
Payoff pitch here to Segura. Popped up. Going back to second baseman Tomlinson. 2 outs here in the Mariners' 5th time now for Lowe's whole team together. There you go. Best interleague average on the ball club. You got Span, Gordon, Segura, Gamble, and Haniger. Some really, really good numbers. Brings up Mitch Haniger. 0 for 2. Ground out the 3rd. Fly to right. Talking about the A's since June 16th. They've won 24 out of 31 games, hitting .261, 48 homers, scoring 171 runs, slugging .457. There's a base hit from Mitch Haniger. Gets the team he grew up rooting for. Two-out base hit here in the 5th. Brings up Nelson Cruz.
Ramirez Supermo in the swing by Haniger, right on the barrel. Pitch at the knees, probably the outer half of the plate. Solid line drive into center field. Head right on it.
Talking about Suarez, it's be interesting to see, a guy like that who's a rookie, having Buster Posey behind the plate each time he goes out on the mound. It's got to speed up the maturation process a little bit, and Buster's seen it all. He's been there. He's experienced. Being able to kind of walk him through these these situations, it's got to help a guy grow up in this game pretty quickly.
I don't think there's any question about it, and probably for young pitchers at show up at the major leagues. I think, Dan, one of the hardest things to get them to do is to make them believe that they can pitch inside, and not only that they can, but they have to.
Yes.
And that's part of probably Buster.
Yes.
And him talking to him and working through the game.
Big, massive cut by Nelson Cruz, 1-1.
And even if it is Nelson Cruz at the plate, because Suarez is aware of who he is and what he's capable of doing, but one of those things that you just have to do.
Yeah. Got to be able to establish in there because it opens up everything else away, but you've got to be able to establish it to your plate.
1-2. As you might understand, Chase d'Arnaud and Brandon Crawford, left side of the infield, are deep. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first. Two to Nelly. Off the fist, ground ball at Crawford, short way, and they get Henniger to end the inning. We played 5 here at Safeco Field. Score tied at 2. Rail and ST Express buses. Plan your trip. Soundtransit.org. Good crowd on hand as we come to you above the A at Safeco Field. It's a glorious night. The weather here in Seattle in this homestand, you just could not ask for any more. It's 78 degrees right now. Enjoy daylight for another hour and change. It's Hunter Pence to lead it off against Jason Bradford. Day started with James Paxton. Lined up the pitch, but he told Scott Service he couldn't go, stiff lower back, so the call went to Rowena Solis. He pitched 3 2/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned a walk and 5 strikeouts. Bradford came on to get the final out of the 4th. And here he is working in the 6th. Pence to be followed by Crawford and Slater, so 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Giants. Los Gigantes. Pence couple of ground outs. 2-1 to count.
Yeah, I think for this Mariner club, this inning is going to be a really important inning for them moving forward. It has been this year, and it's really proven itself now. If you can get through the 6th inning either tied or with the lead, even if it's a 1-run lead, you get into the back end of the Mariners bullpen, which is no bargain at all.
That's driven deep to left, and Span's going to watch it fly out of here. Off the facing of the upper deck. Home run, Hunter Pence. His first of the season. His 14th run batted in. 3-2 Giants. Pence a huge favorite among Giant fans, and a lot of Giant fans here in the building, as you can hear.
Well, it's an off-speed pitch. Ends up in the middle of the plate, out in front a little bit, but able to get the barrel too. You can see his eyes light up. That is right on the barrel.
Pure sound. Span took a couple of steps. Give a courtesy look. 445 feet on that blast. Here's Brandon Crawford. Giants back in front again.
It'll be up to the offense now to try to give the Mariners the lead or tie this ball game up. But I think you get into the 7th, and you have Pazos, who's really thrown the ball well, with Nicasio from the right side, Colome in the 8th, and of course the best closer in Edwin Diaz in the 9th. Well, that'll be important for the Mariners, but right now behind by a run, the offense will have to try to get that lead back.
Bradford giving up his 7th home run of the season. Bouncing ball to D. Gordon. Underhand flip. They made great contact off the facing of the upper deck. Pence in just his 50th game of the season, his first home run. Here's Austin Slater, 1 for 2. Showing a good arm out in left field, and for Pence, first home run for him since September 25th last year at Arizona. One 1 to count. Bradford this season making his 33rd appearance. He's got a 5-0 record, a 2.65 ERA. As Pazos staying active out of the pen. Ball and 2 strikes. Giants took a 3rd inning. 1-0 lead, RBI by d'Arnaud. Mariners answered in the home 3rd, home run by Heredia. Giants take a 2-1 lead in the 4th. RBI single by Kilby Tomlinson. Mariners answer that in the 4th, a sac fly by Span. Now back in front are the Giants. Two pitch. Count runs full. Yankees have completed the trade with the Orioles, acquiring closer Zach Britton, a right-hander Dylan Tate, left-hander Josh Rogers, and right-hander Cody Carroll. Astros just tied the Rockies at 2-2. Gerardo Parra, base hit, bottom 7. 3-2 pitch. Those Athletics down 10-2 have tied it at 10-10. Hunter Pence, he just put the Giants in front. Bradford trying to take care of Slater. Once again, a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. 2 down. 2 outs here in the 6th for Bradford. Strikeout number 2.
Well located on the outside corner at the knees. He's got Service out of the dugout. He's going to make a pitching change to James Pazos.
2 outs, nobody on, a run in, 3-2 Giants. Pitching change, and we shall return to Safeco Field right after this. It's going to make a donation to the Seattle Children's Hospital Uncompensated Care Fund. Mariners thank Holland America Line for their support of both the community and Mariners baseball. Coming to you above the A at Safeco Field, James Pazos, second man out of the pen here tonight.
39 appearances on the year, 2.43 ERA, 30 strikeouts and 33 in the third, only 5 walks on the year. Fastball 91 to 95 miles an hour with a slider.
Scott Service asking Pazos to put an end to this 6th inning for the Giants, going after Steve Duggar, who tried to bunt his way on, was thrown out and struck out. A's and Rangers in the 10th now. Rangers put up a 6th spot in the 6th inning. Looked like they'd blown that game open, but the A's 3 in the 7th, 4 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. Seager in on the grass at third. Swing and a miss. Pazos has had a good run here recently. There's 1-1. Well located.
Couple of really nice fastballs there on the inner part of the plate, just off inside but down. Somewhere where Duggar is not able to get his barrel to. Might go something away now after establishing in.
Already had him, 2-2.
Right back to it. Good pitch, and looked like it might have caught the corner.
You see Tracer had it on the corner.
The 2-2 pitch from Pazos. Took a lot off. Might be trouble. And it is. Span will get it back in. Bloop single with 2 outs.
Those 4 fastballs, 3 of them inside. The last one a breaking ball.
We were talking earlier, Mike, about the changeup and Elias needing to finish that changeup from time to time. Really on the Pazos slider right there. Just stayed up in the zone. Again, same kind of thing, being able to finish it out front.
That's why it stayed middle in also.
Yeah. 2-out base runner brings up Kilby Tomlinson. What a night he's had. Triple left center, base hit the center. That drove in a run in the 4th. Runner goes, got a good break. Zunino double clutch. Stolen base, Steve Duggar. It's his first stolen base of the season.
Well, runner going on first move. You see, as soon as Pazos picks up the leg, he's gone. Kind of gambling on that as a runner that he's not going to come over, and then Mike having a little trouble with the transfer.
Giant fans making some noise here. Tomlinson, the 9-hole hitter's been perfect tonight. 2 for 2. 0-1 pitch. And nice play by Healy. Exemplary play again by Ryan Healy at first base. He's had a terrific year as the first sacker for the Mariners. When we come back, Kyle Seager will lead off. He got a base hit the center last time. Maybe he can get an uprising going here right now. 3-2 San Francisco. In the 6th, leadoff man here, Hunter Pence. 2-1 pitch, and he drove it out off the facing of the upper deck. 445 feet, his first home run since September last year at Arizona. So look at Kyle Seager. Seager, Healy, and Span, 5, 6, and 7 here for the Mariners. In the home 6, Hunter Pence, big moment. He's the DH tonight. Kyle, 1 for 2. Anthony Suarez in his 17th start. He's got a 3-6 mark, a 3.94 ERA coming in. Seager has the edge right now, 2-0. And that will be a foul ball.
Pitch away from Kyle. Probably the cutter again out in front of it. Even towards the end of the bat. Not able to keep it fair. Kyle picked up a base hit in the 4th inning. It was on the cut fastball. Hit it into right center.
Nick Vincent heating up for the Mariners in their pen. 2-1 to Kyle Seager, leading off the Mariners home 6th. Shift on against him. 2-1. There's a strike. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Juan Nicasio also getting loose.
Chance to drive something here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't forget tomorrow, first pitch tomorrow at 1:10. The game will be on Facebook. Maranta, Reyes Maranta starting to get warm here for the Giants. Bruce Bochy. I think the Hall of Fame is going to be calling him. 3 world championships. Right. Next win ties him for 11th place all-time with Casey Stengel. Winningest active manager in the bigs with Mike Scioscia, Terry Francona, Buck Showalter, and Clint Hurdle rounding out the next few. Flip shot, left field, base hit. That works.
2-hit night for Kyle. Starting to swing the bat well. He was swinging the bat well going into the break, and it's continued here in the second half. Primera Supermo just stays on it. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner. It is elevated a little bit. Kyle drives it in the left field.
Really nice piece of hitting. You got to love seeing guys go the other way. It's, to me, that's the prettiest swing in baseball. It's to stay on it like he did, like that. Hit a line drive the other way. Great
Beat
piece
the
of hitting.
shift, right?
Yeah.
Here's Healy, base hit to right and a walk. Healy, fabulous performance on Sunday. 2 3-run homers, 3 for 4, 6 runs batted in. Career best. Hit it hard, but that's a tailor-made double play. 2 outs. Crawford to Tomlinson to Belt, 2 down. Pitcher's best friend, Suarez, likes that. And that'll bring up Denard Span. First pitch, swinging, bases loaded in the 4th. Set one out to left field for a sacrifice fly. His 45th run batted in. Bender missed, ball 1. His first double play of the ball game. To Denard. Suarez over his last 5 games, a 3-2 mark, a 2.43 ERA. He's pitched well here tonight. He's got a 3-2 lead. He's given up 2 runs, 8 hits. Two balls, 1 strike to Span. Foul ball. Two outs and a 2-2 count to Denard Span.
Interesting, Mike. 12 out of 25, just under 50% for first pitch strikes for Suarez tonight. But seems like he's been able to make the pitch when he's had to, and just gotten out of it.
There's some bad news down that lower left-hand corner. Chris Davis just hit a 3-run homer, top 10. Oakland, which had been down 10-2 in the 7th, now leads 13-10. If they win, it'll be their 25th win in the last 32 ball games. Three-two pitch, and Span takes up high for ball 4. Second walk by Suarez. Stick around after the game. For Mariners postgame, it's presented by Alaska Airlines. And Boch going to make a pitching move. He will step aside, 2 out, tying run at first. Mike Zunino, the hitter. The right-hander coming on, 3-2 Giants.
You got interleague play here. The Giants don't come to town all that often, and somehow, some way, you want to get some game used memorabilia. How do you do it? Well, don't throw the little kid out of the way and try to get the home run ball or the foul ball. Just go to the game used memorabilia store on the main concourse near section 128. It's got all kinds of things, including Mariners bats, lineup cards, jerseys, and more. And it also has an amazing selection of autographed memorabilia. So you can come down after the 4th inning to purchase game-used baseballs and bases from this evening's game. It's a perfect souvenir. And again, guys, you don't have to throw the 9-year-old out of the way to get the baseball. There's a better way to do this, folks. Back to you.
Don't do that. Absolutely. Thank you, Angie. Andrew Suarez, night done.
5 2/3, 8 hits. 2 runs, they were earned. He is responsible for Span, who's at first base. A couple of walks, 1 strikeout, 89 pitches. Put the ball well down, as you were talking about, and making pitches when he needed to. And I'll go back to our conversation a few innings ago, and that is just his ability to pitch inside, opening up the outer half of the plate.
Yeah, pitching inside so key, and did a nice job of that tonight.
Nino representing the go-ahead run, 1 on, and was able to check his swing, check it first. Yes, he did. So Mike's got a 2-0 count against Reyes Maranta, 5'11", 241 out of Santiago in the Dominican Republic, 25 years old.
All right, throwing right-hander, 47 appearances, a 1.81 ERA, 51 strikeouts and 44 2/3. Fastball on average this year, 97 miles an hour. Has a slider to go with it.
Get out, play 2-1.
And there's a fastball at 97.
Last at bat, Mike getting that single. Obviously, the runner thrown out at home plate on a nice throw by Slater in left field. But a good swing, I thought, from Mike on a fastball. It was down, and in, but did a nice job of staying inside of it. Hit the ball hard. Hopefully, that's a sign of good things to come.
2-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside. So Mike, how far can you hit one big fella? 3-1 pitch, Span at first, 2 outs. Maranta in his 2nd year in the big leagues. 7 games last year, no record, a 2.70 ERA. Span back safely. Pitch. Couldn't get to it. Span gets a walk-in lead. Up and into Zunino, ball 4. See if the Mariners can take advantage of these back-to-back walks.
Well, we're going to have a pinch hitter. Ben Gamble will come out on deck. He's going to pinch hit for Heredia.
Spot here for Ben Gamble and the Mariners. Couple of men aboard, 2 outs, and a 3-2 Giant lead. Off-speed pitch for a strike. Gamble 3 for 10 as a pinch hitter with an RBI. It was a double, or with a double. Put it in play to left field. Coming on the left fielder. He is not going to get it. Coming around the Span. He's going to score. We get a tie ball game again. Ben Gamble off the bench with an RBI to tie it. For Ben, his 11th run batted in. Mariners keep battling back.
Well, it's possible because of the patient at bat by Mike Zunino to work the walk. To get Span into scoring position. Ben gets jammed a little bit. Hits it down the left field line. The left fielder playing straight away and deep. Not able to get to it.
Zunino with the go-ahead run. Here's D. Gordon 0 for 3. Ball 1.
Another example, staying inside the ball, Mike. Ben Gamble doing a nice job. Ball up and in, but stayed inside of it. He's able to keep it fair. Good things happen when you can stay inside the ball.
Morant's a 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball for strike. DC Moranta for the first time. 2-1. Opportunity a knock in here. The Mariners have just tied it again at 3-3. 2-1. So a 3-1 count to D. D calls time and gets it. Almost get good speed. Zunino at average speed. Here comes a 3-1 pitch to D. Gordon. A lot of green out there, and he takes a strike. Here is an opportunity. Runners will be on the move here. 2 outs and a 3-2 pitch coming to D. Gordon. Moranta set. Runners go. Pitch. Crawford handcuffed slightly. Throws out D to end the inning. But the good news, the Mariners tied up. Pinch hit. RBI single. Ben Gamble. 3-3 ball game. Wow. That's pretty awesome. Good to look at. That's close as I need to get to it, but that is impressive. Must say. Also impressive tonight, the Mariners have come back 3 times here against the Giants. The boys having a lot of fun. Updated standings, check it out. A's, they rally to win 13-10. Those Junkers have won 25 of their last 32 ball games. They will not go away. It's imperative the Mariners get this W tonight. You can feel their breath on their backs. Ben Gamble stays in center field. He takes over for Heredia. Good production tonight out of the 9-hole tonight. A couple of RBIs, a home run by Heredia, and an RBI pinch hit for Gamble. Moving into center field is Mitch Henniger with Gamble right.
Juan Nicasio will take over. 40 appearances on the year, ERA just over 6, 37 1/3, 47 strikeouts, only 4 walks on the year. Fastball in the mid-90s with a slider.
He's got the top of the order for the Giants. Chase Darno. Darno 1 for 3 on RBI, single and infield. That's a little flop shot in the 3rd. He'll be followed by Belt and McCutcheon. Casio getting right after.
Good fastball tonight at 95 miles an hour.
Just outside, 1-2. Mariners need to win to maintain that 2.5 game lead on the Athletics. Time granted. Houston 2-2 at Colorado. That's in the bottom of the 9th. There's a 1-2 pitch here to Darno. And strike 3 called. And Nicasio, good outing. Underway. It's all new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. This game's delivering an all new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18. It's available now at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone. Here's Brandon Belt 0 for 3. A gorgeous night here. Another gorgeous night here in Seattle. Belt fly to center and 2 strikeouts. Just joining us, James Paxton. It was his turn to start, but the back started barking again. He went in and told the skipper, Scott Service, "You're gonna have to put me on the shelf here." So they start Rowan Elias, who gives the Mariners 3 2/3, a 6-hit, 2-run ball. Mariners have 3 times rallied in this game to get us to 3-3 here, top 7. Shift is on for Belt. Goes the other way with a foul ball. Good glove man, has got some pop. He's had a good run here with the Giants. Laid off the high pitch. 3-1.
See Mike Zunino with a high target on some of these guys wanting to use that upper part of the strike zone, especially on a lefty where their swing takes them down. Usually use that upper part of the strike zone for some swinging strikes.
3-1 pitch. Nicasio trying to put him away. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he does. Back-to-back strikeouts. Juan Nicasio, 2 outs here in the 7th.
They're getting back in the count with the good fastball and puts him away with a slider. Primera Supermo slider just off the inside corner, gets him to swing over the top of it. Pretty good pitch at 87 miles an hour. Sam Dyson getting loose in the pen for the Giants.
Brings up Andrew McCutchen, a walk, a base hit, and a ground out. 1 for 2. First pitch strike. McCutchen 3 for 11 against Nicasio. On ahead here, 0-2.
Couple of nice sliders there. Finished Belt with the strikeout, down and in, and then starts McCutchen out with 2 sliders to get ahead. Good pitch for him tonight.
Here's the 0-2. Ball 1. Houston's got a runner at third, 1 out, top of the 10th in a 2-2 ball game at Colorado. Nicasio with the 1-2 to McCutchen. Bouncing ball to Segura. Good throw to get the hustling McCutchen. A 1-2-3 inning thrown by Nicasio. Mariners with a chance to get the lead. Segura, Haniger, and Cruz coming your way.
Win Washington's lottery. Play today.
You got a future, Mike.
Oh, thank you.
Well, the Giants, they lead the National League in road attendance. That's one of the reasons why we have such a large gathering and a smattering, not even a smattering, it's a lot of orange in this building. Sam Dyson, one-time closer for the Texas Rangers, takes over on the mound here for San Francisco.
48 appearances on the year, ERA right at 3.37 strikeouts in 48 innings, opponents hitting .222. Doesn't throw as hard as it used to. Once with the Rangers, the Mariners would see him quite a bit. His fastball at that time was about 96. Today, 93 miles an hour. Has a cutter and a changeup to go with it.
Time now for a cricket attendance for today's game, and boy, it is a good number, 40,276. Just talking to Dave Fleming, one of the radio voices. Matter of fact, he's soloing tonight, Giants radio. He said Giant fans like coming here, New York, Boston, and Chicago. They will show up, and that they have. Here we go, Gene Segura. Strike one to Gene. Gene with a base hit back in the 30s, 1 for 3. Segura 1 for 5. It was a home run against Dyson in previous encounters. Breaking ball in there for strike.
And Dan, here we go, getting later in the ball game. Mariners playing here at home, obviously. They have best part of their lineup coming up, 2, 3, 4. And Alex Colomé now getting loose out into the pen. This has been a strength for them and the reason why they've won so many close ball games. Score a run or two late, turn it over to the bullpen.
0-2 to Gene. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase. 1 down.
Well, you were talking about that strong bullpen previously. As we take a look at a good slider or fastball down, actually tough pitch for Segura to handle. But when you're talking about bullpen, a strong bullpen, you're really talking about shortening the game, and we've talked about it a lot, Mike. And the good bullpens really shorten the game to 5-6 innings, and the Mariners bullpen is certainly among one of those that can shorten your game on you.
And you have to give credit to their defense too.
Yes.
There's Haniger. Pitch with a base hit to center. In the 5th, he's 1 for 3. Swing and a miss by Haniger, who hails from Mountain View, California. Behind 0-2 here. Here's the 0-2 to the All-Star Mitch Haniger. Strike 3 called, 2 down.
He has been able to locate his fastball on the outside corner when he's ahead in the count. Both strikeouts on the outside corner.
Monday, it marks your next chance to take advantage of Mariners value game savings thanks to BECU. Fans can score select bleacher or view seats for $15 and main or club seats for $30 when the Mariners host the Astros at 7:10. Head to mariners.com/value for tickets. Here is Nelson Cruz. Strike one. Nelly 3 for 8 against Dyson.
Well, I agree with you, Mike. Good location for Dyson tonight. The fastball just off the plate. Cruiser not wasting any time, knowing he's throwing the ball well tonight.
And 2.
He's had a couple of fastballs. That one more middle. Late movement to his fastball tonight. Typically it looks pretty straight, but tonight that ball is moving late on him.
Look at the Astros now up 5-2, top 10 at Colorado. 0-2 to Nelly.
Tried it again. That one just off the corner.
Big groan from the Giant fans in the crowd here tonight.
It's got a little bit of a heavy two-seam run to it tonight. It's making it very difficult on these Mariner hitters.
Nice and ready. Here comes a 1-2 to Cruz. Pulled down to the third baseman Darno. Throws across a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th. Nice work by Sam Dyson. Score tied at 3. Explorers eyed this peak in the 1950s for a radar facility that was never built. Now it's simply known as the highest road in the state of Washington, topping out at nearly 7,500 feet above sea level. Almost looks like a scene out of Goldfinger. I know I'm dating myself with that, but it really does. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, there's Hall of Famer Dan Wilson as we look at Alex Colomé taking over.
44 appearance, a 2-5 record, 3.95 ERA, 42 strikeouts in 41 innings. Opponent's hitting .252. He's given up 4 home runs this year. Mid-90s fastball with a cutter, 90-91.
Just joining us, the A's have won again. 25 of their last 32 ball games, rallying from down 10-2 to win 13-10. That was against Texas. Here's Buster Posey, followed by Hunter Pence and Brandon Crawford, middle of the order for the Giants. Buster, 2 strikeouts and a fly out to right. Colomé, his last few outings, has shown a very good fastball. First time he's facing off against Posey. Oh, 2 to Posey.
Last couple of fastballs, both of them at 96 miles an hour. Both of them at the top of the strike zone, so he has some options here. He can climb the ladder a little bit more if he wants, maybe something out of the zone to get him to chase it. Or that cutter off the outer half of the plate.
Houston's expanded the lead to 7-2. Angels trailing 4-1 at home, bottom 8 to the White Sox.
The cutter at 92 and just buried it.
One of the games the Giants are interested in, top 15. Dodgers at Philly tied at 4. One-two pitch. It's the longest game you caught, Dan.
Good question.
Because 15's a long time to be behind the plate.
That's a marathon. I remember playing in the, was it 19-inning game we had here with Mike Cameron going deep to win it.
Sleep well?
I don't know that I played all those 19.
Ball 2 strikes to Posey. Oh, he smacks this one left field, base hit. Got enough of a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, this is the first pitch to him. That's on the inside corner. Primera Supermo really shortens up his swing, gets the barrel to it. Solid base hit in the left field. One of the better hitters in the National League.
Posey started the night second leading hitter on the club behind Crawford and just ahead of Belt. 284, 283, and 282. Here's Pence. Homer on a 2-1 pitch leading off the 6th. For Hunter Pence, his first home run since last September at Arizona. And he didn't miss it. 445 feet off the facing of that upper deck. It came in the 5th inning. Check that in the 6th inning, beg your pardon. Gave the Giants a 3-2 lead. Mariners tied it up. They've done that all 3 times. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
I just told you came into that game in the 4th inning. You had no idea what you were up for.
No, I didn't.
19.
That Houston lead got expanded on a 2-run George Springer home run. 7-2.
Nice day off.
I was thinking day off. Yeah, exactly.
0-2. Swing and just struck him out. Big pitch.
Another well-located cutter at 92 miles an hour.
There's Brendan Crawford, the shortstop, strikeout. Base hit to center, run scored in the 4th, and a ground out to second in the 6th. Mariners looking for the double play ball. Crawford's bounced into 6 double plays, 4th on the ball club. Posey not a running threat. Short lead at first, 0-1. Calamite ahead 0-2.
Tony Watson getting loose in the pen, left-hander.
A couple of good cutters there from Colomé. It's amazing, Mike, when you think about the velocity and to see Hunter Penn strike out on that 92-mile-an-hour cutter and took a swing as if it's an off-speed pitch, and you kind of have to remind yourself 92 is still moving.
His fastball tonight 96, so just a 4-mile-an-hour separation, but it is the movement of that pitch running away from it.
0-2. Here's your double play ground ball. 1 and 2. Wreck 'em. Alex Colomé, some good pitching here in the 8th. Chance for the Mariners to get the lead here in the home 8th.
Everybody knows how great the weather is in the Northwest starting July 5th, and this is a great promotion, and Derek is taking advantage of it. July Ballpark passes, also using the hashtag Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines. Radness Warrior, which is the Twitter handle there, just hanging out. They came over here, hanging out here at the Ford Sports. It was kind of funny because they said, "Oh, this is so rad." And I was like, how do you guys even know what rad means? The word came out, you guys weren't even born. And then Sandy, all the way here from Sacramento. The hashtag to use is Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines. When you use that hashtag or the word rad, gives us permission to use your photo on the air. Guys, we're bringing it back.
I knew you'd get a kick out of that. All right, Ants, thank you very much. Here's Tony Watson.
46 appearances, ERA just over 2. Has really pitched well. 46 strikeouts and 44 in the 3rd. Opponents hitting .230. He's given up 3 home runs. Fastball, slider, changeup. His average fastball 92 miles an hour.
Kyle Seager, his first hitter, right at Crawford. One away. We're going to bring up Ryan Healy. Ryan Healy getting his first look at Tony Watson.
Edwin Diaz, as you would expect, getting loose in the pen.
Healy tonight, a base hit, walk and bounced into a double play. Coming off the big 6 RBI, 2 3-run homer day on Sunday. Gives him 20 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Good situation for him here. 2-0 count. Edwin Diaz throwing in earnest down the bullpen. 2-0 to Healy. Takes for strike. Suarez started. Moranta, Dyson, and now Watson. 2-1 pitch here to Ryan Healy. A little late on that one. 2-2. Tony Watson out of Sioux City, Iowa. 33 years old. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Hit the other way, foul.
Coming right after Ryan with some fastballs. Fastball 93, 94. Would expect him to pull the string here eventually.
Yeah, a couple of fastballs to hit that were in the middle of the plate. That was a little bit late on.
And hard. One hopper right to Darno. 2 away. And that'll bring up Denard Span. Span has seen Watson before. Being his time, Span's time in the National League with Washington and Washington and San Francisco. Span 2 for 5 against the left-hander. Watson in his 8th year in the big leagues. Last year, he was traded from Pittsburgh to the Dodgers and signed this year with the Giants. He's had some good years as a lefty specialist. 30 career saves back in All-Star campaign of 2014. Led the league with 78 appearances. Span a ground out to first to sacrifice fly and a walk.
Edwin ready to go. He doesn't take him long to get ready.
One and 2. Two out, nobody on, and a 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball to Belt. To Watson covering. Watson very effective. A 1-2, 3/8. To the 9th we go. Tied at 3. Edwin Diaz to take over. Safeco Giants. Little interleague play here at Safeco Field. Glad you're with us here in Root Sports. Talk about 100 games played. Here's some of the best marks put up by the Mariners. 60-40 as we speak right now. Boy, the 0-1 team was just out of this world at 72-28, and the finish wasn't too shabby either. Edwin Diaz, the All-Star, takes over.
And for Edwin, this will be his 50th appearance on the year, a 2.2 ERA, 80 strikeouts in 49 innings. Opponents hitting just 150 against the fastball, upper 90s with a slider.
He'll face the bottom third of the order for the Giants. Austin Slater, Steve Duggar, and Kilby Tomlinson. Coming up empty on 97. Slater 1 for 3. Got a base hit to center field back in the 4th. The Mariners will have Zunino, Gamble, and Gordon in the bottom of the 9th. Boy, third time Zunino's been squared up tonight. Diaz ahead to count 0-2.
One of those nights for Mike Zunino. Third one tonight. Woo. Knocking the mask right off.
Dear Johnny Bench, thank you for bringing the batting helmet to catchers. Swing and a foul tip held on by Zunino, went out.
And the slider has been a very good pitch for him this year. More in the middle of the plate, but able to get away with it. Such good stuff.
Steve Duggar 1 for 3 with the stolen base. A check with Ramon De Jesus and a vehement called strike. Hearing it from Giant dugout. D.
98 at the knees, tough pitch to handle.
Diaz 0-2. Ground ball. D. Gordon can't get it with the dive. Base hit. Duggar with consecutive hits here. 2 for 4 night for him.
Alan Hansen going to pinch hit for Tomlinson. Look at the pitch on the outside corner. See Mike, he wanted an elevated fastball. It was mid-thigh. He was able to put it in play and hit it past Gordon.
Hansen, a lot of success as a pinch hitter. Dangerous hitter here. Seager in at third. Pitch. Ball 1.
Pablo Sandoval is on deck.
Swing a miss, throw down. Nice block. Saved there by Healy on the bouncing flow.
Mike wanted to keep Hansen at first base honest. You see the good secondary lead. Hansen's looking to score on anything in the gap if he can, so he's going to get an aggressive secondary lead. Mike trying to keep him close. Nice pick by Ryan Healy.
3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Giants. 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Game number 101 for Seattle, number 102 for San Francisco. Ball, 2 strikes. Johnson in his 3rd year in the big leagues. He was almost exclusively off the bench. Mariners ended the 8th with the double play. Love to duplicate that right here in the 9th. Keep this a 3-3 game and chance to win it in the home 9th. The 1-2 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch back up the middle. Diaz has the one play. An underhand flip to get Hansen. 2 outs.
Runner takes off. Otherwise, it's probably a double play. We'll get the out with a runner in scoring position for the Giants. Pablo Sandoval will pinch hit.
Kung Fu Panda on his 2nd tour of duty with the Giants. A huge favorite. Part of a couple of championships. And yep, he does have some pop. He has got to be careful here. Sandoval, 289 hitter, left-handed with 8 home runs. 8 of his 9 home runs have come from the left side. First time Diaz is facing off with the Panda. Big spot, 2 out, runner at 2nd, fouled off.
And another good fastball, 98, in on his hands, ties him up. It's a late swing. No doubt, I think he's going to try to keep that fastball above the belt.
Will Smith, they're
anything
closing.
down can be a problem.
Sandoval swing. It's a good spot for him is to stay at the top of the zone.
1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Good slider that time. Out in front of the cheating, trying to get to that fastball.
Really well located, too, down.
Mariner fans coming to their feet here. Big moment in this ball game. A 3-3 contest. The 1-2 pitch to Sandoval. Ground ball. Slow roller. D. Long run. Bare hand throw. Can't get him. Here comes the runner from 3rd. He's going to score, and the Giants have a 4-3 lead.
That will be an infield hit and an error.
So Duggar scores from 2nd base. And the Giants lead it 4-3.
There's the play. It's going to get past Diaz, which makes it difficult. Ryan Healy goes to cover the base. He realizes right there it points towards home because Duggar never stopped running. He was running the entire way. He wasn't sure they were going to get the out. He comes off the base. D is not aware because he has to rush to make the play to try to get the force out. And unfortunately, Ryan Healy not able to handle it. Goes off the end of his glove.
Fly ball. Drifting foul. Right off the bat of Brendan Belt. Zunino, Gamble, and Gordon. The Mariners bottom of the 9th. The 0-1. Outside. Gotta get this all important 3rd out. Keep it a 1-run game. One and 2 to Belt. Belt struck out his last 3 times. He's 0 for 4. First time up. Flied out to center. Couple of balls put in play. Not hit hard at all. Here comes the 1-2. 2-2-2. Will Smith Waiting to take over. Hunter Strickland, usual starters on the DL. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out. Work to do for the Mariners. Down a run, bottom 9, last ups. It's 4-3 San Francisco. Could not make the play. And the Giants lead by a run. The Giants, though, lead the National League in blown saves. The Mariners, they have 26 come from behind wins, and they've been rallying all night here tonight at Safeco Field. And they got to do it again. And they'll be going against Will Smith.
He has really pitched well for the Giants. A 1.5 ERA. In 30 innings, he has 40 strikeouts, and opponents hitting just 181. It's yet to give up a home run. Zunino, Gamble, Gordon are due up.
First time for everything.
Yep.
Let's see what gives here. Mike Zunino going to lead it off. Hansen takes over at second base. Sandoval takes over at third. Now here's Mike Zunino. Mike tonight. Base hit. Fly out and a walk. Ball 1. One out to Mike. Off-speed pitch in there.
A couple of slow curveballs. He's primarily fastball slider, but a couple of curveballs for Mike.
There's 1-1 to Zunino. Shift on against him. Popped it up back this way. 1-2.
Good fastball in on the hands after those slow breaking balls. A lot of times you miss with that first breaking ball, you come right back with it and land it, and that's what they did to get it to 1-1, and then the fastball in.
Smith just turned 29. He's out of Noonan, Georgia. 1-2 pitch to Zunino. Inside. 2-2. Smith's been around Kansas City for 2 years, Milwaukee for 2 and change, and with the Giants, he joined them in the 16 season. 2-2 pitch to Zunino. And Mike goes down swinging, one away.
So mixing it up, a couple of curveballs, a good fastball on his hands, and then here's the slider.
Gamble seeing Smith for the first time. Ben came in as a pinch hitter, delivered an RBI single back in the 6th. and tied it at 3-3. Strike one. There's the 0-1 to Ben. Way out front. And trying to battle 0-2. He did go as his home plate umpire. Posey throws down the first. 2 down.
He's just staying with the breaking ball. See Ben trying to check his swing, but well out in front of home plate.
D. Gordon 1 for 1 against Will Smith. In at third, way in at third is Sandoval. And that's going to do it. Popped up, Hansen's under it. Giants win the ball game 4-3.
Well, we saw it going into the break. The Mariners offense struggling to score runs and ended up winning 2 out of 3 at Chicago. But again, just the 3 runs tonight. But we're going to get a little more offense going tomorrow.
Mariner offense came up against Suarez, a pretty good defensive team with the Giants. Not able to get too much going, and they come up on the short end of this one.
Tough way to lose a ball game for Dan Wilson. Mike Flowers, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners post game presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Brad and Ryan.
Well, gentlemen, thank you. Smith there getting the save in game 1 of the quick 2-game interleague set. The Giants win it 4-3. Boy, the Mariners answered the Giants, Ryan, in the 3rd. Single runs in the 3rd, 4th, 6th.
Yeah.
I think they do it again in the 9th inning, but just not to be. The offense again falling a little short tonight.
Yeah, a little short, and they kept answering back. Anytime the Giants did something offensively, the Mariners were able to answer back. But I think it came down to the little things. Who was able to do the little things? And the Giants able to just capitalize on that play in the 9th inning. You could see early in the 4th inning, Kyle Seager getting thrown out, killed that rally. So it really came down to the little things offensively, and that was the difference.
We see a lot of orange behind us, 40,000 fans here, and lots from the Bay Area, and they are loud and they are cheering on their team right now as they win the game 1 by a score of 4-3. Little things certainly mattered in tonight's game, but Ryan Healy at first base, a little thing does matter here. This saves a run back in the 6th inning, ranging to his left, close to the bag, snaring the would-be double. Out number 3 in that inning, but the Giants come back and win it by a score of 4-3. We'll have reaction on this one. Mariners post game presented by Alaska Airlines.